Ever wonder how the world's wealthiest families, and yeah, we're talking about actual dynasties and billionaires, manage to grow their fortunes not just for themselves, but for generations to come? Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of their most powerful and honestly most discreet tools.
And no, it's not some magic stock tip or a secret trading algorithm. It's an entire ecosystem, a whole structure built around their wealth. It's called the family office. And this is the financial command center for the 1%.
So what exactly is it? At its core, a family office is a dedicated firm with one main job: manage a family's fortune. But it is so much more than a typical financial advisor. Think of it as the ultimate all-in-one shop for literally every financial and personal need of the ultra-rich.
Now, to really get this, we've got to go back in time a bit. Because the concept, it isn't actually new. Its roots go way back, evolving from managing the power of kings to managing the fortunes of modern industry titans.
I mean, centuries ago, you had European royalty with their advisors managing vast estates and political power. But the modern version? That was really revolutionized back in 1882 by people like John D. Rockefeller. He did something new. He built a formal, almost corporate-like structure just for his family's wealth. He basically professionalized the art of the dynasty. He wasn't just managing money, he was engineering a legacy.
Right, so not all family offices are created equal. They pretty much fall into two big categories, and the main difference really boils down to exclusivity and scale.
Okay, think of it like this. A single-family office, or an SFO, that's like your own custom-built luxury yacht. It is totally bespoke, designed for just one family, and you're typically talking a net worth north of $500 million. Now, on the other hand, you have the multifamily office, or MFO. That's more like being a first-class passenger on a luxury cruise liner. It's still incredible, but you're sharing the resources with other wealthy families.
So what does that private, custom yacht level of service cost you? Well, just to keep the lights on, to pay your dedicated team of lawyers, accountants, and investment analysts, a single family office can run anywhere from $1 to $3 million a year. We're talking exclusivity at its absolute peak.
So what in the world do you get for that multi-million-dollar price tag? Well, it goes way beyond just picking stocks and bonds. This is where the true power of a family office really starts to shine.
I mean, they handle everything. Of course, you've got the investment management across all the different assets, but they also orchestrate incredibly complex tax and estate plans. They manage the family's charity work, and they handle risk, everything from cybersecurity to personal security. And then there's the truly personal stuff.
Okay, just imagine this. You wake up one morning and you decide, you know what? I want a vineyard in Italy. You don't Google real estate agents. You make one phone call to your family office, and by the end of the week, they've found the property, they've handled all the legal stuff, they've hired a winemaker, and your jet is booked. That is the level of lifestyle service we are talking about.
This all sounds absolutely incredible, but it brings up a really big question. Why is such an elaborate and frankly expensive structure even necessary? And the answer, well, it lies in the very unique challenges that come with having extreme wealth.
I mean, seriously, why go through all this trouble? The reason is a pretty well-known phenomenon, an old proverb that basically haunts wealthy families. It is the #1 problem that family offices were designed to solve.
Here's the crucial point. The old saying goes, from shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations. And you know what? The data completely backs it up. Studies show that about 70% of wealthy families lose their fortune by the 2nd generation, and a mind-blowing 90% lose it by the 3rd. A family office, it acts like a guardian. It's there to implement the strategy, the education, the whole system needed to break that cycle and actually preserve a legacy.
But these institutions aren't just stuck in the past. Just like everything else, family offices are constantly evolving, adapting to new technologies, and, maybe most importantly, new generational values.
We're seeing 4 huge trends right now. First, a major focus on sustainable investing, ESG. Younger generations want to know their investments actually align with their values. Second, tech. We're not just talking efficiency. They're using AI to model complex future risks, things like climate change's impact on a real estate portfolio. The rise of multifamily offices is also making these services a bit more accessible. And finally, there's a huge emphasis on actually educating the next generation to be responsible stewards of all this wealth.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. Will the family office of the future be run by an AI that can model every possible risk and make hyper-rational decisions? Or will that personal human touch,
That deep understanding of a family's unique story and values, will that remain the most important asset of all? It's a question that gets right to the very heart of what wealth and legacy will even mean in the decades to come.